All right, I got one batch of articles for you before we get on the game. Nothing too crazy, kind of a light news day, but what I got for you is fairly interesting. And the first article, some exciting news for people with shit internet. People, all internet users with 2 up, 2 down. And if you don't know if your internet is 2 up or 2 down, you probably have it. If you're watching the stream in 2040p, 360p from your phone and it's chugging, it's probably you. All people who play NBA 2K on Wi-Fi, come to the front. Come to the front. I got an article for you. New Sony patent applications include AI-based anti-lag tech. Oh shit. Newly revealed Sony patent applications show AI tech that would predict players' inputs to reduce online lag, and an accessory that would allow players to aim the PS5's DualSense controller like a gun. The AI patent application would use a machine learning based model or other systems to predict and execute player inputs before they actually are completed, thereby offsetting some online lag. The system would use a camera and interpret players' movements to make predictions. Another similar system could use incomplete inputs to predict what a player's next move would be. Basically, what it sounds like is they're building some type of AI tech that's built into the hardware that's similar to what's the shit, the online and fighting games. God damn, my brain is freezing up. What's the shit Street Fighter 6 uses? Rollback. Almost like rollback netcode, but it's built into the hardware where it uses AI to analyze your player movements and what you typically like to do, and then it predicts things based off of that to compensate for poor lag. The problem is how accurate is this? Because what if it starts doing random shit that you weren't trying to do? And let's say you win a match because you were doing something that you were never intended to do. Cool idea. Also, I feel like this is, I don't want to say disingenuous. There's no way this is coming to the PS5. If this is, because keep in mind, this is a patent that they filed. A piece of tech that they're developing that they felt like was worth copywriting to protect. This is not going to come to the PS5. This would come to the PS6 at the earliest. So I think they're just putting the PS5's controller in there, but this would be for something for PlayStation 6. Let's see. So then we have a little diagram here. Execute game, receive sensor from the inputs, determine user command, run user command, and game state data through machine learning model, and then control computer game in advance. So it's predicting the future. The DualSense patent was filed in June, but made public earlier in January. Players would hold the right arm of the DualSense, aiming it like a gun and using the space between the right bumper, and trigger as a sight. The patent suggests that this accessory could be paired with others like the PSVR headset too. Newsflash, Sony, nobody cares about the PlayStation VR 2. Stop putting this shit in articles. Stop telling everybody you're going to put it in your PSVR. This is not going to make me want to play it. And it's funny too, because you're implementing a technology that's supposed to predict things, but you can't predict. Nobody wants to play this. Put it in the PlayStation 6. Other recently filed Sony patents include a version of the DualSense which could store and charge earbuds, and a controller which would charge temperature based on what is occurring in the game. My only problem with this is like, that's cool. It's basically like rollback netcode built into the hardware, right? But how accurate is it to, I need to see like an actual video. How accurate is it to the actual player's inputs, and how much data is it collecting before you can actually activate it, right? Because like, I don't think it's fair if you like give it like 30 minutes of data and then it can predict everything. Like it should be like 10 plus hours of like data before it starts to predict something. Like I need to see this in action. Seeing is believing for me. Because my problem with this, right, is let's say we're playing a game like NBA 2K, right? A game where it requires decent precision to hit the green window on a jump shot. Let's say on average you shoot 30% because you're not that good at the stick shot system, right? But then you turn on the AI shit and now you're hitting 50, 60%.
Thanks for the follow, buddy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is it actually going to maintain that 30%? I don't know. I got to see this in action. LOL, COD gonna be janky as fuck. Yeah, like let's say somebody averages, I don't know, going 2 and 15 on Call of Duty and Team Deathmatch. All of a sudden you're going 6 and 10. That's bullshit. Keep it 2 and 15. I hope it's actually accurate. I got to see this in practice, but I don't think we'll see this technology anytime soon. Yeah, so it's Mickey. I'm not gonna lie. You turn this shit on while playing Elden Ring, we don't care. You mean to tell me you fought Radahn with a Mimic tier? You played seamless co-op with summons? And you had the AI to help you? at this point, why are you playing games? Turn the game off, man. And on your second monitor, you got a YouTube guide so you can look to where you're supposed to go and like strategies on how to beat the boss. We don't care. Your achievements are fake. They're fake. And that's why there's no rollback netcode in FPS. It doesn't work for FPS. Exactly. So that's why I said I need to know. Shout out to Buddy Bear with the sub. I need to know how this is going to work in other games. The Mickey Station 6. Also, here's another thought. This is a patent for PlayStation. There's no, with patents, other people can use the technology, but you have to pay for the license, right? You're copywriting it. There's no guarantee that this will come to PlayStation, but there's damn for sure no guarantee that this would come to Xbox or PC. Does that mean PlayStation players have an advantage over Xbox players in cross-play games? Food for thought. Food for thought. I don't know how I feel about that. I would hope they would be generous with this patent because it would be kind of unfair. Next thing you know, all the best players in Call of Duty for some reason are on PlayStation. Yo, shout out to Black Leaf Ninja with the sub. Did you hear about the devs for Marvel Rivals plan? Yeah, I seen that. I got it. Yo, shout out to YNR Dinku with the sub. Let's hit that sub goal. Let's hit that sub goal. They could, but it'd be behind PlayStation Plus. You think they'd lock it behind PlayStation Plus? That'd be scummy as fuck because this is a patent for hardware, right? So to lock a specific component behind the hardware, you have to pay for it. That'd be lame as fuck. There's just too many questions for this, but we'll keep an eye on it. Also keep in mind, none of this is guaranteed. Sometimes people file patents just because they developed a cool piece of technology and they don't want anybody else to have it. It does not mean this is going to be in the PlayStation 6. It's just something cool worth talking about. You know, should, coulda, woulda. They got to do other patent losses, scaling, say hi. True. I kind of doubt this will work until the next 5 years. Yeah, I don't believe this is a PS5 thing. We gonna see though. Other news I got for you. Report: Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake will be more than a visual upgrade. Let's talk about it. Last year, we reported how Ubisoft confirmed they are working on multiple Assassin's Creed remakes. One of these remakes is said to be Black Flag. While the publisher has not officially announced the title, it seems the rumor is real, and we have the first info about it. Based on the information we've collected, this will be more than just a visual upgrade. Gameplay mechanics and elements have also been upgraded. Oh yeah, because you're right. That's a good point, Elrec. Yesterday, we had an article about how Ubisoft is working on Switch 2 ports. This remake could be for the Switch 2. You're right. Last year, Ubisoft CEO wrote a lengthy blog post detailing the company's upcoming portfolio and the future of Assassin's Creed. One of the comments that stood out was that fans could look forward to remakes that would allow players to revisit past locations only with a modernized touch. Firstly, players can be excited about some remakes, which will allow us to revisit some of the games we created in the past and modernize them. There are worlds in some of our older Assassin's Creed games that are extremely rich. Secondly, to answer your question, there will be plenty of experience variety. The goal is to have Assassin's Creed games come out more regularly. Oh my lord. Not make them good, not make them having rich stories and rich gameplay and innovate. They said put them out as much as possible. The goal is to have Assassin's Creed games come out more regularly, but not for it to be the same experience every year. That's just not possible. That's not, you cannot put out a AAA video game every year within a certain IP and not expect it to be similar to the other games. Like people, I don't care how creative the most creative person is. Everybody has creative burnout, whether it's creative writing, creative art, programming, gameplay loops, costumes. There's going to be a certain sector and most likely majority or a multiple sectors developing these games. They're going to get burnt out. There's only so many different color schemes we can put on Ezio, guys. And like, God, what the fuck are you guys talking about? And this is why every year you guys are being threatened to being bought and having a hostile takeover. There are a lot of good things to come, including Assassin's Creed Hex, which we've announced, which is going to be a very different game from Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're going to surprise people, I think. I hope this game is good, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Assassin's Creed Witchcraft just doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to be honest, I don't really want to be a witch either.
To unsub from Poison Ivy's OnlyFans before Selena sees this month's
Yo, shout out to Megas Reborn with the sub. Like me personally, when I think of Assassin's Creed, I don't think of Agatha. What was that show on Disney Plus at The Wild World of Agatha? Assassin's Creed Agatha. Like, I don't really want to play that. Like, no, thank you. We need the consultant. I know they changed the name multiple times, Agatha all along. Well, it seems like one of those remakes happens to be 2013's Black Flag, We've seen and heard plenty of rumors about the title's potential, which is probably true, but it needs an official confirmation. Look no further. The title has appeared on one of the game designer's online profiles. Of note, this is the same game developer that actually confirmed the existence of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remake, which we recently reported about. After our report went live, the game developer has nuked the website and online profile to scrub any mention of both games. Thankfully, we have a screenshot of it. My man just trying to update his resume as quickly as possible before he forgets and he accidentally leaks some games. So, I mean, I would say it's about 90% true. It's about a 90% chance this is true if he put it on his resume that this game is coming. The Black Flag Remake 2024. To no one's surprise, the Black Flag Remake is being built on an upgraded Anvil engine. The studio has used this engine for the franchise since the first Assassin's Creed game. And oh my lord, so we're reusing assets. Now for the small juicy bits of information. As listed in the project's description, Assassin's Creed Black Flag's remake will feature new systems with combat and ecosystems around wildlife specifically mentioned. There's not much else to mention beyond the team hoping that the new systems will make the classic an outstanding game to rebirth as the next-gen AAA game. However, this confirms that Remake's Black Flag will be more than just an graphical upgrade. How much new content will be added remains to be seen, but at least those who have played the game will have something to look forward to beyond the visuals. And then they just talk about a previous article. Skull and Bones flopped, so they're going to try to remake Black Flag. I know, right? This shit is crazy. What are these systems? Like, what could they do to possibly... For people who are big fans of Black Flag, what could they possibly do to upgrade the remake to make you love it more than the original? Because I mean, didn't the original game have like a wildlife ecosystem? For when I remember, you could dive in the ocean and hunt whales and shit. Because I remember Peter was mad about that. Why don't you guys just make fucking add multiplayer in that shit like you're supposed to with Black Flag and make it proper with Assassin's Creed characters and shit like that? 1 second, y'all. Let me see. Multiplayer, fix the story. They're not going to change the story because a lot of people like it. Me personally, I wasn't like a huge fan of it. I wasn't a big Edward fan either. Mad about hunting in a video game? At this point, I think PETA does it for attention. They do it every time there's a game that involves animals. Like you remember when Mario got a Kanuki suit like a couple Mario games ago? They were posting like propaganda with Mario having blood all over his face and shit like that. Anytime there's any type of animal in a game and they don't like it, they just do that shit. They just be wanting attention. Didn't they have an Assassin's Creed multiplayer? They did. It was it in Brotherhood and a couple other games? It was pretty underrated. I like the Assassin's Creed multiplayer. I don't think they'll bring it back though, just because like I feel like the people who played it loved it, but it just never caught on. And being a critical darling is not the same as being a fiscal success, you know? Unity had multiplayer, but it was co-op. That shit was ass.
Why do people
I think he's
Shadow having a BBC?
Yo, shout out to Finesse God with the sub.
That type of power.
Unity's multiplayer I was not a big fan of. That shit was super disappointing. The way they hyped it up. So that's what I got for you for Black Flag. I like the game. I just don't see how they can improve it and maybe more. They just trying to milk this shit. Like I said, my theory is they're making all these Assassin's Creed remakes because they want to port it to the Switch too. Because a lot of people, Nintendo has a very unique audience. It attracts hardcore gamers, but it also attracts very super casual people who are just picking up something for Timmy and Jimmy at GameStop, and they just walk in and they ask the GameStop employee with the dreads and the long ass jeans that touch their ankles that you might just put some pants on, nigga, with the lip ring and shit and the backwards baseball cap and a Wendy's chili stain on his shirt. That guy, they go into GameStop and they ask him, hey, what games should I get for the Switch 2? What's new? Oh, Assassin's Creed, I heard about that. I'll get that one. Speaking of the Switch, this is coming from the Gaming's Leaks and Rumors Reddit, which means it's a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt, and none of this is confirmed. If you missed yesterday's stream, there's a YouTuber who's going around who claims that the Switch 2 is going to be revealed this Thursday, which would be the 16th. We'll see. We got another Switch 2 rumor. According to data mining from admins, from the Switch 2 Discord server, data mines of the current Switch OS and exclusive SDK leaks have confirmed that the Switch 2 will have group chat and voice chat functionality codenamed Campus. This is what the C button may be for. Groups will support up to 12 people in group chat, and there will be screen sharing. Nothing like Miiverse or Vidmeo isn't real. Feel free not to believe this, of course, because, you know, it's a rumor. We'll see in the next 48 hours. So Nintendo finally has group chat, which means that's all the more reason if you get a Switch 2 and you got nieces and nephews or you got young kids, make sure to monitor them. when they're playing Roblox or Minecraft on their Switch. You don't know who they're talking to. It's going to be easier to access and watch that. But that's one thing I've always been critical with when it comes to Nintendo. They've always been kind of behind when it comes to like the social aspect of games. And I think they said it's because they want to protect their users because they know that they're younger. But like, I feel like they need to offer more functionality to the platform. Just put some safeguards in place so their parents can use it to protect the kids. And you'll be all right. Yo, shout out to Ish Grizz with the sub. Like, it's like the Switch 2, you had to do some goofy shit to use the voice chat.
I resubscribe to beating Robin's ass.
Appreciate you, Grizz.
Into oblivion.
Lil Durk as a contact. Wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? So that's what I got for you. We'll see Thursday. Shout out to JP. He tweeted me to put me onto this. I'm gonna go ahead and ask y'all, do y'all care about spoilers? We have, so for those unaware, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is shutting down. They just released their last update, and we have the official ending to the game. I was gonna play it on stream. Do you want to see what happens after you defeat all 13 Brainiacs? Does anybody care? Matter of fact, while I wait for that answer, let's do our Suicide Squad update. Suicide Squad's Steam DB. Whoa, 400 people online. They're in game right now, and it peaked at 500. It's back, man. It's back. They're calling Deathstroke woke stroke. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds mad sus. That's my nigga woke stroke right there. He just woke up and started stroking his shit, bro. All right, let's check out this ending. All right, here's the ending to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, if you're just coming in the chat.
So we phased our butts into Brainy's lair, and he was steamed. But guess who else showed up?
Brainiac, that's enough. Kryptonian, you're indubitably too discombobulated to fight. Don't you know, Brainiac? Anything's possible with a little help from your friends.
Thought he meant us for a second, but of course he meant bats. Ow! That says the Krypton.
Y'all see that? Remember how mad they were? First of all, this is not even a full cutscene. This is how you know WB is strapped for cash. The entire game was full of cutscenes. You wanted people to grind 4 or 5 seasons to get to the true ending of the game, right? We get to the end and it's just some janky AI art. There's not even an actual cutscene. But for all the Batman fans that were upset that he died, it turns out he didn't die. It looks like he's back, guys.
That's us. Did well following his plan. So how'd we figure out Brainy had cloned the League? We were like, there were clones?
So my theory was right when I played this game, that wasn't the actual Justice League that you killed. They were clones. That it was true.
Anyway, we totally laid it out. If we took him back, Walla would make them into even bigger tools.
Which is funny in itself, because I remember this game did have a lot of problems, but I do remember saying that. I was like, yo, you guys are getting really... I felt like a lot of people that got mad at Batman's death is because they didn't actually play the game or at least watch the cutscenes online. Because I was like, if you actually played the game, it felt like it was very obvious you weren't actually killing the Justice League. I was like, I think they're clones or something like that, and it turns out it was right. So you niggas got mad about nothing. Like,
She totally 86 us.
motherfuckers watched their favorite YouTuber and got their opinion from that. There were other reasons to be mad about the game, but that wasn't it.
Then putting as many worlds right as they can. As for us, we had a plan too. Did I mention the Wonder Trio up hack? Lawless and Toy Boy shorted out our bombs? That's important for the next part. At the end of the day, this squad sticks
This ending is
together.
just full of yapping.
Why not do it out there in the Elseworlds instead of a freaking prison block? Road trip! Don't you
So Wonder Woman
love
just
us?
dies for nothing, pretty much.
Even Waller gets to say she saved
This is the ending to Suicide Squad.
And she will, if she knows what's good for her. Suicide Squad out!
Yeah, that ending was ass. They dead ass gave it the BET movie ending. You know how at the end of like every BET movie, like somebody ends up getting shot, somebody goes to school, somebody gets a new job, somebody moves out of state, and every time like it would cut to like a character, it would freeze frame them, and then at the bottom it give an explanation. Johnny went on to college to study microbiology. With some inspirational ass music and shit. They gave it the BET movie ending. That's crazy. Don't forget the very first Robin died. Shit is crazy. Yeah, it's a L. WB. Not gonna lie, the ending felt unfulfilled. Like, let me explain. Yeah, the fact it wasn't even a cutscene. This is why the game failed. This game had a lot of problems, bro. Crazy accurate. Talking about the movie Prison Song. Yeah, the BET after movie original ending. This shit sucks, man. Not even trying to hate, but hey, one thing I am happy, and before we wrap this up, talking about WB Games and Suicide Squad, one thing I'm really proud about that they did is, I said this last year, one thing these companies got to do with these live service games. Now I can afford a Yo, shout out to Michael. It costs money to keep these servers alive. If the game ain't working, you'll know if your game is going to be successful, your live service game, within the first year. If it's not successful, take it out back and shoot it. Stop letting these live service games last 2, 3, 4 years just eating up, using energy, wasting water, wasting people's time. Like, just turn the fucking servers off. So shout out to WB for turning the servers off, knowing this shit is not gonna work. Yeah, like Old Yeller. Now, what you... Yo, shout out to Dolphin with the sub. You guys, WB also needs to do this with Multiverses. Nobody's playing that game. Take it out back, shoot it. You guys will save some money, okay? Take your talented teams and go work on something else. And Ubisoft's so rich they keep Skull and Bones up. Ubisoft is not rich. Their shares are trading for $2.37, nigga. They are not rich. Anybody can buy into Ubisoft right now, and this is not financial advice. I'm not saying you should. Trust me, they are not rich. Matter of fact, I read an article like a couple months ago. The employees are demanding a raise because they're overworked, and I agree, they are overworked, but you guys picked the wrong time to demand a raise. They don't have the money to give you a raise. You should have asked for a raise during the peak Ubisoft. I think Ubisoft peaked probably around the time of the release of Watch Dogs 1 and The Division 1. Those games were like mid in my opinion, but that's like the last time I remember. That's like the last time I remember people genuinely loved the game. The games that came out before Watch Dogs and The Division 1, people genuinely loved Ubisoft, and then those games came out and it kind of slowly just declined. So like, they should have asked for a raise when Assassin's Creed 2 was coming out, Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4. Like those bangers that they was dropping, that's when you guys should have asked for a fucking raise. Right now, you guys are down 1.25% today, buddy. It's not gonna work. You should have cashed out. You should have cashed out before the downfall. I know people play Multiverses low key though. Well, some people play it, but I'm talking about like, it's about the price to performance, right? Is it worth keeping those servers on for the 12 people who play it? I'd say no. They're going to be mad, but they'll be okay. That's what they did with Concord. Sony was okay in the long run. I forgot they're making a Watch Dogs movie too. Nobody want to watch that shit. Marvel Rivals is to get 2 heroes every 3 months. Let's talk about it. Marvel Rivals fans won't have to wait long to see the game's roster of heroes expand moving forward. In a new interview with Metro, game director Guanwan Chin, I apologize if I fucked it up, gave an update on the developer NetEase's plans for the new characters in the game. Chin says that everything will revolve around the game's seasons. A season of Marvel Rivals will last 3 months, but will be broken into 2 halves during that time. Players will get a new hero every half season. This means 1 hero every month and a half for the foreseeable future. We just eventually want to continue to enhance the experience and, you know, keep everyone excited in our community. Chin said while adding that, in addition to new heroes, each season will include seasonal stories and new maps. As far as which heroes will be added and when, Chin says that it will be guided by the overall gameplay experience or theme that we want to create for each season. So it'll revolve around the season, and right now at post-launch, we have 8 Vanguards and 7 Strategists at launch, he said. The team believes that it gives players a solid variety of tactical team matchups or team composition. Having more duelists at the moment would definitely enhance the duelist experience, letting players dive a little bit deeper into that. We don't need any more duelists. We don't need that. Lastly, Chin thanked the community for feedback on heroes and says the feedback will be used in making decisions on when to release certain heroes as well. I got some feedback for you. Turn Moon Knight back to season 0. Moon Knight was fine where he was in season 0. He didn't need a buff. He didn't. Now dumbasses think they're good at the game. We want to make sure that everyone feels and heard and excited. Fear the moon, the moon, the moon. Hear that every 5 seconds, and Luna's alt popping off every 5 seconds. Still more characters than Overwatch, facts. So that means as long as there's excitement for this game, characters are going to continue to drop. One thing I wish he would have kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Went a little bit more in depth with is like kind of reassure. Because my concern, and I'm saying it's a yellow flag with this game, is last I checked, Marvel has like 80,000 heroes in their folder of like IPs. Like we all know that shit is deep. Not only do you have a bunch of original characters, you have variations with their. I mean, there's 3 different Spider-Man characters at launch already, right? My concern is dropping a hero every month and a half, and the balancing is off. That's my main concern. So like, I hope they really put an emphasis on just fine-tuning the game, because things could get out of control pretty quickly if they don't take the time to properly test heroes. Because I stand on Luna's ult. I'm personally tired of winning team fight after team fight and niggas getting bailed out by Luna's ult because she gets it every 5 fucking seconds and it lasts 12 seconds. And now we got Moon Knight menaces on the goddamn map everywhere. Every 30 seconds, this nigga has his ult. The moon! Come on, guys. Like Black Widow, who's fucking ass. Yeah, they need to figure out a way to fix up her kit. Like Mr. Fantastic is annoying. I think he's fine where he's at. I don't really find him to be that bad. I think for rank, they should shuffle characters in and out. For me personally, and let me know how y'all feel about this. Me personally, I wish you didn't have to wait till diamond rank to ban characters. I personally feel like bans should be open like as soon as you get to silver or across the board, even bronze. If bans are across the board, I think gold would be. Yeah, I'll take gold. I feel like bans should be opened up earlier because it's some bullshit in the lower ranks. Yeah, I agree. Diamond takes a while to get to start banning. Motherfuckers be getting exposed. There's no counterplay to Moon Knight Ultimate. It just happens. Yeah, my problem with Moon Knight's ult is not only is it super powerful now, but it drops down really quickly. And on that new map, the new Fantastic Four map, oh my God. Moon Knight absolutely is God tier on that map. That shit is fucking annoying, dude. But me personally, I would like for them to open up bans to like the lower ranks to allow for more variety in the gameplay. But, you know, we'll see if they take feedback. I don't know how other people feel. I see some people in the chat kind of agreeing. I see some people disagreeing. I have the same sentiment. I won't lie. The game changes entirely once you ban people. It really helps with broken characters just to get them out the game and get some different lineups. Like I played a couple games this morning. I'm not gonna lie, I was being toxic. I started bitching because I did not like the lineup. The lineup was, I was Magneto, we had a Wanda, a Storm, and then 3 healers. I said, what the fuck is this lineup? I never played with that lineup, right? I was like, all right, man, whatever, dude. Dude, we shredded the team. I'm putting y'all onto some sauce. I don't think the healers matter, which healers you have. But Magneto, Wanda, and Storm, oh my God. I said, oh, I'm storing that because you get Magneto's little beam sword, and then you have Storm pocket Magneto with the damage boost, and then get a Mantis to give you another boost. I wish I clipped it. I got so hyped. I team wiped a team 2 times in a row with the sword before the cooldown even happened. I said, oh. And then the healers were pocketing me. I was the only tech. I said, oh, I never got a win so easily before. I said, whoa. But I think that's what makes Marvel Rivals so great. I never seen that lineup before, but I was like, this is why this shit is better than Overwatch. I was like, this is creative. This is fucking creative. You said you could rewatch your fights. You can. Oh, maybe I can pull it up in a second. Maybe I can pull it up. I don't know which game. Click your in-game. I'll try to look it up in a second. Remind me. You said show us the fight. Bet. After this. This one's funny since we're talking about Marvel Rivals. We will take measures to vanquish this nefarious behavior. Marvel Rivals will ban console players who use mouse and keyboard. Console players who swear console ranked is no different than ranked on PC. Because PC niggas love to make jokes that Grandmaster on console is just silver. On Grandmaster on PC, no, Grandmaster on console is just silver on PC, like, and motherfuckers get mad on console. I hate to break it to y'all, but the developers are kind of snitching on y'all. They said they're going to ban people who use mouse and keyboard. Let's read about it, bro. The creators of Marvel Rivals don't want console players swimming in the same Jeff-infested pools as PC players or using our equipment to gain an advantage. No, there's no difference. Remember, there's no difference. That's an evident announcement made today on Marvel Rivals Steam page where NetEase characterizes the use of mouse and keyboard adapters as a form of cheating. We believe that gaining an unjust advantage through such methods significantly impacts the gaming experience for our players. Therefore, whether on PC or console, we will take measures to vanquish this. First of all, why do they call it nefarious? Niggas acting like, these niggas at NetEase said, if you got a mouse and keyboard on Xbox, you are Lex Luthor. The post dramatically promises penalties for users of keyboard and mouse adapters may include temporary or permanent accounts. I'm not gonna lie, you kind of are a bitch. If you hop on console and play mouse and keyboard, you kind of are a bitch. Removals from leaderboards or punishments depending on the circumstances. Anyone playing on a gamepad of Marvel Rivals, including on PC, has access to aim assist, a feature built into the game, but blah, blah, blah. We get it. Nefarious, like they're in the corner rubbing their hands, right? Free my niggas. So, like, I hate to break it to you. I know some console players swear there's no difference, but there is a difference. The developers say so, and they're trying to protect you guys. Now, if console players genuinely feel like there's no difference between console and PC players, let's get on Twitter. Let's start a petition. Let's start adding NetEase. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to get the Grandmaster. Let's activate the crossplay. I would love to play with PlayStation and Xbox niggas. I would love to. I'm for it. So if you guys want to turn that into a movement, let me know. Maybe we can get a petition going. Let's activate the crossplay on Rank. Because you guys don't think there's a difference, but the developer said there is. I don't know. You let me know, chat. You let me know. As a console player, there's a difference. The difference is I can't hit my shots as hell. He said, I'm here for the crossplay. Oh my goodness. And then this is like the same thing. I was like, I'm gonna pull up some shit. He said, like, this is people responding to the news. This is cringe. Mouse and keyboard isn't all the advantage everyone thinks it is. I can be just as good as the majority of mouse and keyboard players while being on controller. Rank should be like quick play and allow both console and PC to play together. I do believe there are controller players that can hang with mouse and keyboard. I mean, we saw it with Apex. So, like, don't think I'm 100% dunking on console players. He's somewhat right about this. The issue is, from what I've seen from somebody who jumps between controller and mouse and keyboard, I would say the average mouse and keyboard player is better at shooters than the average controller player, and that's the issue. The talent pool will be much harder, so I think a lot of console players would get very frustrated if the crossplay was turned on. But, like, there are some console players that would be able to hang, absolutely, especially if you adjust some of the sensitivity and stuff like that. Do it. Let me see that aim. It's game. Yeah, it's game dependent sometimes too. Yeah, it depends on how strong. It depends on how strong it is. Do not add crossplay rank, please. Nah, let's turn it on. Let's turn it on. I want them to turn on the crossplay rank between console and PC, and then I want all the Spider-Man mans on console to come play. The way people are trash now, fuck no. Let's not stray away from it. Beep, 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 beep. Hawkeye actually hits shots on PC. I want that. I thought that was fucking funny, the news, though. I don't know. Why did I save this? I don't know what the fuck this is. That's all the news I got for y'all. Let me hop into the sub box real quick. Let me hop into the sub box. I'm not on my main account. Let me switch. Your
resub just reminded me to unsub from Poison Ivy's OnlyFans.
Yo, shout out to Street with the sub. I appreciate you. Shout out to Street with the sub. All right, let's see what's going on. What up, Trey? I see you in the chat. What's going on in the sub box? Lords of Ravage, Dread Knight's official story, The Colors Within, Virtual Fighter Ultimate Showdown. Why are mouse and keyboard better than the controller? Just curious. It's easier to be more precise on mouse and keyboard. Also, I'd argue too that PC is sweatier because, like, people who invest $2,000 in a gaming PC are more than likely to be sweatier than somebody who bought a $400, console. So, like, I think the player base is just naturally more sweaty on. As someone who plays on both, that's just from my perspective. It's easier and harder to aim because you also have to have good reflexes to aim with mouse and keyboard. But I think PC players are just sweatier because they're more invested. They're more enthusiasts, I guess you can say. Until the talent pool understands how to play hero shooters at a basic level, keep it separate. Trey plays on PlayStation. That makes sense. He don't want crossplay. So them PC dudes, they ain't seen, like, and the funny part is, like, a lot of console players swear that everybody on PC is just hackers. It's fucking funny. Like, the only game that has, like, a rampant hacker problem is like Call of Duty. It's fucking Call of Duty, dude. Who gives a fuck, bruh? Like, it's, like niggas on PC are just better, and motherfuckers refuse to believe that shit. Motherfuckers don't know how to play. I just don't stream PC. Okay. Yeah, I know several people who play on console and PC, and like their account, whenever I ask them, their account for ranked is always higher on console. I'd say keep it separate regardless. It's just not competitive to mix the two. It's hysterical. Damn, say it ain't so, man. I'm trying. I believe in equality. Motherfuckers swear they good. I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Fortnite Festival. What the fuck is that? Is there any interesting trailers I should be aware of? Smite 2 official free-to-play launch trailer. Who's playing Smite 2? PC randoms lately have been hell with egos and bronze. Oh yeah, the egos have been insufferable. Yesterday was a record. Yesterday I got called the F word 3 times on stream in 3 separate matches. Absolutely insane. And one of them he called me that because I asked him to shoot the Iron Man. He was playing Punisher and would not shoot the Iron Man. It's to the point where like I can tell right off rip within the first 2 minutes we're about to lose the match. I just stopped trying. I'm like, can we get to the next match? PGA Tour 2K25, Blade and Soul Neo. I was actually about to ask if you're feeling Smite 2. I'm not too interested. I'm not gonna lie. Rivals kind of got me in a chokehold. Project Pantheon. Was he afraid of Iron Man or something? I don't know. How come we don't have more superhero games? Take that up with developers and studios. That's a good question. That's all that's new. I think the better question is, where's Wolverine at?
The thrill of battle. This is what gods live for.
DC hero shooter on the way next year or so. Generic rap music. You know what that means in a game trailer.
Together,
this fake ass no one man should have all this power, bro. This Kanye East ass rap. I might be bugging. This looked like the same game to me.
We may fall.
The same game I played in 2013.
Stronger. Death cannot defeat
Kanye
me.
Southwest over here.
Victory is my destiny.
Yeah, I'm not playing this shit, chat. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not playing this shit. Same game, just a different art style. It's Unreal Engine 5. Anybody want to play some golf? Yeah, I saw LiAngelo signed to Def Jam for, I think, upwards of like 13 million. I also saw right before I started streaming, did y'all see the boy dropped? Is Cammy in here? Did y'all see the boy dropped the case? Drake has withdrawn his legal petition against UMG and Spotify without cost to any party. This nigga took another L, bruh.
When you resubscribe,
I already see people on the timeline. Shout out to Clown with the subs. Spinning the story. Yeah, he want to release music because for those of you unaware, as long as he was locked in a case with UMG, his label, he couldn't release music. Where Cammy at, bruh? I see people in the comments saying that he won. Won what? He dropped the case. Like, you know the crazy part about this thing? This really is pride before the fall. All he had to do was just lay low for 6 months. I know he's working on the album with Party. Come out with that album with Party and that shit be fire. He would have been good. Everybody takes L's, man. Everybody takes L's in life, including me. I'm just real quiet about them, okay? And there's nothing wrong with taking L's because L's are lessons depending on how you handle the situation. But like this man won't let this shit go. And like the more he does this shit, the cornier it looks, bruh. People was making up these whole conspiracies about how he was doing it for all the little artists out there. He's about to go fight the man. Nah, he was doing it for himself because he dropped that case real quick. So, ladies and gentlemen, first fraud of 2025, Aubrey Graham. Hopefully the album is fire. He said, nah, TVH don't take L's. Nah, I take L's. You should never trust a man who doesn't admit to taking L's. Shit, I took hella L. Dude, were you in yesterday's stream? I almost snapped my keyboard. I almost snapped my key. Yo, I don't know. So like I was talking to my girl about this yesterday, right? I don't know what it was yesterday, but those were some of the worst randoms that I've ever been paired up with in Marvel Rivals. And my new theory that because I went to sleep thinking about this. My new theory is why we've been getting such bad randoms is, for those unaware, the game is still growing. I think it's about to cross 700,000 concurrent players nightly on PC. And then if you add in Xbox and PlayStation, in my opinion, this game is probably clearing 2 million plus, maybe even 3 million concurrent players every night. And then overall, y'all niggas need to act like I'm old.